In division, we call the number being divided up the dividend. The number it's being divided by is the divisor, and the answer is the quotient. So we could have a dividend of 56 divided by the divisor of 8. The quotient would be 7. What pattern do you notice in each of these division problems? What is happening to the dividend? When it gets divided by 10, it was 70, it became 7. This one was 150, became 15. This one was 1,600, it became 160. So in multiplying, we added zeros or moved the decimal right. In division, we are going to lose zeros. So this will be like if there's a 0 in each number, you can just knock it off. And your answer will be 1 less 0 in your quotient. So in the number 360, there's 3 chips in the hundreds column, 6 in the tens column, and none in the ones. So the decimal is currently after the 0. So when you divide, the chips go to the right, but this decimal goes to the left because it landed now after the 6 and not the 0. So the chips or the digits go to the right, but the decimal goes to the left. So to divide by 10, you move the decimal one place left, and then you remove the 0 because zeros after the decimal aren't necessary. So there's 2 ways to think about dividing by 10 if the number ends in zeros. Dividing by 10 is 1 power of 10, so if there's 1 0 here, you knock off a 0 here. My answer is 9. We could also think of it as it was 90 divided by 10. My decimal's here, it has to go one place left. That puts it after the 9 instead of after the 0, and I just knock off that extra 0. Okay, so in this one, 1900 divided by 10, knock off one of the zeros only because we're only dividing by 10, so it can only go one place left. That leaves it 190. And in 23,040, again, there's 1 0. We're dividing by 1 power of 10, so we only get to knock off 1 0, and we get 2,304. Pause the video and try these 2. Remember, dividing by 10 is only knocking off 1 0 in each number. Pause the video and see if you can fill in the missing numbers. If 2600 or 2600 went from having 2 zeros on the end to having 1, it must have lost 1. You can only lose 1 by dividing by 10. In 19,500, there were 2 zeros, now there's 1. We must have divided by 10 to get rid of that extra 0. Now you have to think a little bit backwards. This one was divided by 10 to get this answer, so before dividing by 10 there must have been an extra number over here because it lost that number. So it must have been 4900 and another 0, because then it could lose the 0 to become 4,900. Same thing in this one. It was divided by 10, so it must have lost a 0 over here. So it would have been 168 with 3 zeros. That way it could have lost a 0. To divide by a multiple of 10, we're going to break this 30 into 3 times 10. And we're going to take, this time we're going to divide by the 10 first. So we're going to take 60 divided by 10 first, and then divide by 3. That will help us knock off the 0 to get 6 here first, and then 6 divided by 3 is 2. In this one, we'll make the 70 be 7 times 10, but to get rid of the 0, we'll take 420 divided by 10 first. That'll let us knock off our 0 and then divide that by 7. So when the 0 is knocked off, the 420 divided by 10 becomes 42. Divide that by 7, we get 6. In this table, the answers in this column will be divided by 9, and this column will be divided by 9D. So if we take 540 divided by 9, 9 doesn't go into 5, goes into 54 6 times with no remainder, and I need a 0 here, so 60. If I want to take 540 divided by 90, I could work it out this long way, but we just learned the shortcut. To divide by 90, you knock off the 0 first, and then it's just what's left is 54 divided by 9, which gives us 6. Okay, so 720, our next one, divided by 9. 9 doesn't go into 7, goes into 72 8 times with no remainder. Fill out my 0. So this is 80. When I divide by 90, I'm going to knock off the 0 first, because that's the divide by 10 first, and then take 72 divided by 9, gives me 8. You pause the video and try the 2 for 810. So 810 divided by 9, 9 goes into 81 9 times, fill on my 0. To take 810 divided by 90, again, divide by 10 first, so knock off the 0. And 81 divided by 9 is just 9. Pause the video and you try this one. Don't forget to divide by 10 first. So we remember that 50 is 5 times 10. So we're going to divide by 10 first to get rid of the zeros. That's 85. Then we'll divide 85 by 5. So you worked that out. And you got 17. Pause the video and try this one. In this one, divide by 10 only knocks off 1 0. So 7,200 divided by 10 is 720. Divide that by 8. 720 divided by 8. 8 goes into 72 9 times. I have to fill in my spaces. It doesn't go into 0, so 9D is my answer.